Great. All right. Without further ado, thank you again for coming to our event. This is called TweetSong, and it is an improvised Twitter narrative game musical. Yes, that is exactly what you're thinking. Everything that you've dreamed it will be, it will be. Just to recap on exactly what that is, we will be completely improvising a branching narrative game using Twitter, but we will be taking our prompt from you, the audience. So start thinking of a title for us now, and in a few minutes I'll get you to shout it at me. There will also be branching paths as we go through the game, and I will pass it over to you, the audience, to decide which direction this goes in. So I have with me here Jade. Stewart, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I think Chad introduced me really, really well. Thank you, Chad.
True. Was it noted that your game of conversation is also up for the Freeplay Awards? Congratulations, round of applause!
Thank you.
So I enlisted Jade to write the story. So she's making up everything on the spot. So please make it as difficult for her as possible.
I welcome the challenge.
Exactly. And not only will this be narrative and a story and audience choosing, but we will have a score which I will perform, and I will be narrating the whole thing in song. Yes. So feel free to sing along, join me if there's any. If it's unrelated, just start singing. That's totally acceptable. There aren't many rules in this performance. Something I kind of want you to keep in mind though is something that Richard was talking about this morning about kind of the idea generation process in game development. He kind of talked about, rather than just talking about things, they're just going and making things with kind of no restrictions and letting yourself be a little bit freer. So what we're hoping to demonstrate is the value of just turning off the editor in the back of your mind that tells you that you suck, and just allowing yourself to create kind of whatever is just coming to you, whatever just spills out. We really want to highlight the value of that. Cool. So before we get started, there's a few things we need to do. First, we need to practice how this is going to work. So like I said, you're part of choosing the narrative branching. So let me give you an example. Perhaps the goose from Untitled Goose Game is kind of wandering around trying to work out what they're going to do next, and they come across two bottles. One is labelled Coca-Cola, the second is labelled Pepsi. So option A is Coca-Cola, option B is Pepsi. Make noise for option A, Coca-Cola. Let's knock that over. Okay, wow. You hate Coca-Cola, right? And option B, who wants to knock over Pepsi? Yeah, Pepsi sucks. Okay. Great. So that is our chosen branch, and we'll continue down the story with Pepsi being knocked over. The last thing that we need before we start is the prompt, is the title. So on the count of three, not on three, just after three. You know how it goes. I need you to shout out a title, the first thing that comes into your head. You'll look extremely terrified, okay. I think you can do this though. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. That really didn't work the way that I expected. I heard nothing. I did hear something about a monkey.
I heard chickens.
I heard something about a monkey. Monkey business. That's it. Done.
Okay, monkey business.
Thank you. Like all good musicals, this is going to start with an overture to set the mood as Jade sets up the scene. Stay with us, and I hope you enjoy the journey. Here I am. Once again. Sitting in this goddamn monkey suit. It's a boiling hot day. I can't seem to get a break. I'm stuck here in this monkey suit. What has my life become? What should I tell my mum? Fuck. I think it's Mother's Day. What have I become? But trudge I go. Where do I go? To business, someone said I have to go. Option A, I'm going to an office meeting. I thought you were game developers.
Hang on, what about option B?
To a theme park. Option A was actually more popular. I'm going to an office meeting. Dressed like a fucking monkey. Again. I'm going to an office meeting. Maybe I'll stop by and see a friend. Chad. I know Chad likes monkey suits. He's got this really weird thing for, what are those ones like with the purple butts? Baboons. I'm not talking about Chad Toprak, no way. Off I go. There's a duck, fly, crash. There's already shit on the wall. Mr. Silverback was already at the head of the office table. Mr. Silverback, he gets pretty angry. Mr. Silverback, he can be pretty mean. His wife said he makes a good lasagna. If you know what I mean. Mr. Silverback doesn't have friends. Mr. Silverback plays golf instead. He got a hole-in-one and told the office every day for a year and then again for another year. Mr. Silverback, he was looking me in the eye. There was documents and then a grunt from Miss Orangutan, who I hadn't noticed until just now. She's pretty cute. I've got a thing for redheads, I guess. Mr. Silverback thumped the desk. I have to read this. A birthday. Wow, no response, okay. Option A, I have to read a birthday, whatever that means. We have one vote for birthday. Option B, I have to read. My resignation. Great.
Saved.
I've really hated this job. Goodbye, motherfuckers. This job was a piece of trash. Suddenly I realize that Mr. Silverback ain't looking so flash. He's got that look in his eye like someone is going to die. Someone. I think it could be me. Please be me. I've had enough of water cooler chats, getting bored with Leanne, the snake. Why was there a snake in an office for monkeys? My job was done, all gone by the sign of a dotted line. No more sharing that cubicle with the spider monkey. His name was James. Joanna Stevens. Goodbye, James. Goodbye, Mr. Silverback. Goodbye, everyone. I'm free. I'm free. But am I really signing this? Am I really out of a job with great ape ink? Where do I go from here? A. Back to school. All right. Or B. Start my own brewing company. All right. I think it's time to start my own brewing company. Goodbye, James. Goodbye, Mr. Silverback. I forgot the rest of this chorus. But I'm free, and I'm starting my own brewing company. Well, follow your passions, they say. Follow them, even though you won't make much money anyway. They say. And Mr. Silverback dumped a large briefcase onto the table, full of cash this time, and not shit. It's time to start my own brewing company. What should I call my brewing company? I'll take requests to name my brewing company.
Monkey juice.
Monkey Bruceness.
got it.
It is bananas.
IP8.
I've decided to leave it ambiguous. My first barrel of rum chewed out the wood. That's not good. My first ale melted the still. I'm not that experienced, so I don't know quite what that means. But I'll keep trying. I don't know if this was a good idea. Thanks for nothing. At least I made a damn fine cider. At last, I'm a brewer. Dad would probably be proud had he not been left behind in the place where all the monkeys should actually be instead of this city. I miss you, Dad. Do you miss me? Do you miss me? I'll try to be a better ape / monkey. Who am I sharing my first successes with? Who am I drinking with? Mr. Silverback.
Yeah!
It doesn't seem that bad after all. But it is Mother's Day. Mum? Of course, such an obvious choice. I will certainly be drinking with my mum. My mum was way cooler than me when she was my age. She was so much nicer than me at my age. My mum is so cool. She's cooler than your mum. Even if your mum is a leopard. 'Cause I'm assuming that this world is full of anthropomorphic things. Like leopards and snakes. And spiders. No, fuck the spiders.
That's what we're here not to do.
So, Mum, will you come with me to the pub? I know you're usually there. Anyway, it's the first Sunday of the month. Well, technically, it's the second. But who's counting anyway? Clearly, not me. Clearly, not me. No sooner than I got to the door than Mum came through the door, arm in arm with Mrs. Orangutan slash. She asked for my drink, a little taste with her new girlfriend. I have to admit, it was semi-weird. Me and Mrs. Orangutan, we had a thing at one point, but we kept it pretty discreet. Otherwise, we would have had to fill out paperwork. And Toby from HR really sucks. Just in case you didn't know, Jade, we've got about 5 minutes left of this little, tiny, kind of great / weird story. I can feel something going dark, but it's only a sense. I don't know for sure. Monkeys can't read minds, at least not that I have worked out. She tasted. She roared that leopard roar. She loved it. And Mrs. Orangutan shrieked. She loved it too. But in came Silverback with all the office workers. You know, the one that doesn't really do much, the one that just always seems to be at the photocopier, and then the one that's always telling you off for taking longer breaks than you should. Shit was already on the wall when they asked for a drink. Some things never change. Shit was literally on the wall as they asked for a drink. What else can you expect?
The end.
That's the end. Goodbye, James. Goodbye, Mr. Silverback. Goodbye to my old life. Hello to my mum and her new lover. Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. Beautiful. Wonderful. I'll pass it over to Chad in case we have any questions. Otherwise, we might move on.
We have 2 minutes for questions.
Okay.
Let's round. Let's go.
Great. If there's any questions or just about the, like Mr. Silverback, or just about this process in general.
That was brilliant.
Thank you.
How do you practice for improvising like that?
That's a really good question. We both spent time practicing separately, actually. So, for example, I sat down, I just found a twine online somewhere and just kind of clicked through and just tried to sing as I was going, just making it up. I kind of came up with a bunch of different, structures to work within. So within improvisation, it's very common to kind of know your bounds or your limits, and particularly get a real feel for your partner or partners on stage to know what their capabilities are, perhaps where they're likely to go. So in that, we spent a bit of time just doing this exact thing, except I would arbitrarily choose which direction the story would go in. We tried it out a few times at first, and there were things that didn't work, like there was a lot of spaces with Jade. Had to catch up with writing because she can't, write a paragraph in like 2 seconds. That's impossible. So then I had to kind of branch out a little bit more on me spending some time improvising, so I had to practice that as well. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, pretty much. But do you also have like a little repertoire of chords and stuff and ready to go, or?
Yes and no. I mean, just from, I think most musicians will experience this just from doing your practice a lot. You kind of just have go-to things that jump into your head. And typically I would rely on that. If anyone was listening to the chords, there was a lot of similar chord progressions that stayed all very much in a similar key that made it a lot easier for this shorter performance. For a longer performance, I would certainly, or improvisers would probably spend a bit more time thinking about a larger structure and how they could kind of change the music or the performance over the period of time. I think one more question.
Hang on, I want to chip in on the
Sure.
improv for writing bit. There's sort of a thing with the writing side of it is that I actually could not practice because anything that I wrote would have been arbitrarily dictated by me or someone else that was just, I couldn't simulate the conditions, so it was just a case of I had to just write it from the seat of my pants and just let it grow.
Great. One last question before you follow us both on Twitter?
I already do though.
Pretty please and thank you.
Cool. All right, then we might wrap it up there. Big round of applause for Jade. She's been wonderful to work with and make this happen. Thank you so much, Jade.
Hold on. Big round of applause for Jade too.
And last but not least, of course, Chad, Top Rack, and Freeplay, thank you for having us. Enjoy the rest of your Freeplay, folks. Thank you.
Oh, and hey, take a round of applause for yourselves as well, because you did make half of that.